Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what one thing do you need to change to make a huge difference in your life. To do this very interesting reading, we are going to be picking out 4 piles together. So I see 1, okay, 2, 3, actually 2, 3, and 4. So for pile number 1, we have the Temple. For pile number 2, we have the Bardo. For pile number 3, we have Apocolypsis. All right, and for pile number 4, we have the Bridge. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, in fact, if you feel drawn to all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the right readings. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've picked the Temple. What an interesting card to pop out. And we're going to be examining exactly how this card fits into your reading. But first, let's pick out your crystal, which I believe will be important for the energy of this reading. And we'll pick out your tarot cards. One will be our main deck, and the other one will be for clarification. So let's see what crystal you have, pile number 1. So what is the one thing? Ooh, interesting that you get this snakeskin agate. Now that's really interesting because the 2 messages now are really coming together beautifully. Right. Okay. Now let's pick out your tarot cards. We'll use this one for clarification. Which side up? Okay. So what is the one thing that pile number 1 needs to change? These are 2. That, ooh, thank you. That will make a huge difference in their lives. Okay. So pile number 1, your cards were really ready for you. Let's see what you have. The Devil. This is making a lot of sense. All right. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. 2 major arcanas already. And the Lovers. I'm going to keep the Lovers here. Right, so now we know how we're going to set our cards out for this reading. Right, I'm going to lose that for now. Okay. Okay, so now let's get your clarification cards and ask, what is the one thing that pile number 1 needs to change to make a huge difference in their life, please? Cool. These are 2. I see this one, and this one. I also see this one. Right. So pile number 1, you have the 7 of Pentacles. You have the 9 of Wands. You have Justice. The 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. how justice and the Ten of Pentacles are lining up with the Lovers here. Okay, you have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I love how your cards are aligned. And you have, ooh, the Nine of Pentacles, ending your reading in conjunction to the Wheel of Fortune. You see great changes and fate change, energy changing by changing a few things that we're going to talk about in a second here. Pile number 1. So straight away with the Temple here in conjunction to the snake skin agate, I see an invitation to change the way you're handling the way you think and the way you eat, both of them. Pile number 1, your temple in general, your mental stability, your spiritual stability, and your physical stability. Pile number 1. So this is an invitation here to focus solely on you, to love you. Put your love towards yourself. That is the biggest message you have here, pile number 1. Maybe you've been focusing so much on your work or your success or the other people around you or family, and your message here, pile number 1, is that if you don't focus on yourself and love yourself and take a pause to give what is important for yourself, you will not be happy in the long run. Pile number 1. And in fact, if you change skin here, if you do what you need to do to make yourself happy and put yourself as a priority, fate will change completely for you, pile number 1, and you will be able to achieve so many things that you want to achieve. Of course, with the Wheel of Fortune having plants and flowers here, with the Nine of Pentacles having so many herbs, I do see an emphasis on taking care of your temple or your body. Because with the Devil in conjunction here with these cards, I see that you're dragging yourself down a hole that you may not want to go past or go through, pile number 1. In fact, the Seven of Pentacles is also speaking about growing food. And so really, I see an invitation to go the natural route these coming days, pile number 1, to take care of your body, to pick healthier choices, to eat cleaner, to take the time to prepare that for yourself, pile number 1. At the moment, balance is key, and to do that, I see your advice here is to take it slow. You don't need to make humongous changes in a day, but making small, conscious but consistent decisions towards your health, little by little, will really help you achieve what you have in mind to take care of yourself. And that's why you have changing skin, literally improving your body, taking out the toxins and becoming healthier. And I see that this is a vision that you have, but you perhaps don't have the time to make that stop and change that for yourself. But I see here that it is one thing that you are going to make that will have a huge effect on your life, pile number 1. It will make you happier. It will make you stronger in terms of pursuing what you need to go after. It will help you have better connections with people, with your family maybe. Overall, you find yourself being able to stand tall, strong, and go confidently after the things that you want, pile number 1. It is going to be such a strong new beginning for you, because it will have an effect on you in so many areas that you dream of and want to change. Maybe you'll see your skin clearing up, perhaps your hair, see a beautiful girl with beautiful hair, beautiful skin, and it will have an effect on how you look overall. It will have an effect on your energy level. It will maybe keep you younger for so long. It will give you the energy to pursue the things that you want. It will make you more confident to pursue maybe romantic partners, or not that you need that for that, but maybe it will give you that extra boost, or make you more confident to go out in the outside world, create long-term relationships. I see that it's a key point that you're not really noticing, putting it on the back side for now, focusing on other things, when it's really that will open up so many doors for you. Pile number 1. Your body becomes your sanctuary. You take care of it, and it takes care of everything else on the outside. Pile number 1. And again, I'm seeing taking little steps. You don't have to make huge sacrifices for the moment, or big steps towards your health, but make little changes as long as they are consistent and they're moving you forward. And by time you realize that you're now in control of your health, more or less, you're able to, yes, your health will change. It's the Wheel of Fortune here. Your energetic realm will change because of that. Unbelievable how your cards are aligning. And your energy field, your aura will change. You'll feel much better spiritually, physically, mentally, by making this change, taking care of your temple. Pile number 1, because the ancient yogis saw the body itself as the temple. And it's time for you to make that pause and make a strict change towards pausing and seeing how you're going to make plans or take care of your body. Pile number 1, so that you're able to change skin here. Give love to yourself. Pile number 1. And I see this really starting by re-evaluating your values versus what you're actually doing. What are you paying homage to? Pile number 1. Is it what are you spending your time with? Is it your phone mainly, material goods, your work, which is a great thing, your children? What some of these you need to re-evaluate. What is important, what you need to do more of, and what you need to leave room for. Pile number 1. And through that you make conscious small decisions that have that are stepping stones to you moving towards your highest goals of improving yourself. And before you know it, pile number 1, it's these beginning stepping stones that are tough to get into. And once you get into these, you find that energy moves really quickly later on. It's like inertia, and you're able to do so many changes without wasting so much time as you used to in the beginning. Pile number 1. It's that first push. And always remember that when making healthier choices in the beginning, it might be tough, and then we start feeling later on like, hey, it wasn't so bad after all. Your body isn't craving toxins as much as it did before. It's releasing it, and you're able to enjoy your healthier options later on. Pile number 1. But it's definitely here an invitation to begin that journey. I'm hearing you don't understand how much of a big effect it's going to have in your life. And I mean, getting into this reading, I did not imagine that we were going to be speaking about healthy food, but it seems like your spirit guides here see that by changing and taking care of your temple, you'll be able to feel and open up so many doors into things that you want to achieve, towards the things. Open up the doors towards the things that you want to achieve. And you may not have realized that it starts by taking care of your temple, actually, and not really necessarily just the other things that you're focused on. Pile number 1. You know, pile number 1, sometimes we don't make necessary changes that are right in front of our eyes, that we know every day that we have to, because we assume that we must expend much effort in order to arrive there or do it. But remember that it's not this way. It's a journey. And remember that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Take that step, pile number 1. And then when you succeed at that little step, make the next step. And before you know it, that you're 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead, and that's you're already taking a considerable leap. And that will encourage you to take more and more. The energy around you will change, and you'll find yourself by time that you're moving in the direction that you wanted, and you will be very proud of yourself. Give that love to yourself. The Lover's card is a card of choice, and so there is invitation here to make that choice, and the choice is you, to choose you, pile number 1. And once you do, it's going to be a foundational part of your journey. You will realize how important it was and how you were keeping it in the back burner, even though it was very important. So pile number 1, that was your beautiful reading. It was my honor doing this reading for you. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen the Bardo, and I can already understand your message, exactly what it wants to say, but I will wait because this one is a coherent reading. We're going to take out your other cards, and together we'll understand and get a full picture of what it is exactly that you need to change to make a huge difference in your life. But what I can tell you straight away in this pile is that you are going through a pretty tough time. That's for sure. And that's not an understatement here at all. And I'm very sorry for that, pile number 2. I really am. And if you feel alone, I genuinely, energetically, and with my whole heart, I'm there for you. And I'm so sorry for everything. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Now, let's pick out your crystal to get an idea of the energy that your spirit guides. Oh, what is that? That is the cat's eye. Right. Okay. Apologies for the noise. Pile number 2. I have to wait for that. Okay. So let's pick out your tarot cards and gain more clarity on what you need to change. So what is the one thing? Oh, I see 3. I'm gonna take them. And 4. We already have our cards. That was quick. All right. So pile number 2. You have, you have the 8 of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups. Okay, your message is very clear. You have the Hermit. And we have 2 more cards. We'll use them as clarification. Ooh, you have the High Priestess in conjunction with the Bardo. Now this is making a lot of sense here. Gosh, your message is clear, pile number 2. You have the 5 of Cups. You have the let's shuffle this. So what is the one thing that pile number 2 needs to change to make a huge difference in their lives, please? Ooh, okay. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. Love that. Love that. Gosh. Okay. You have the 6 of Swords. You have the 8 of Swords. You have the Empress right underneath the Ace of Cups. Talk about your life changing. And you have the Queen of Swords right under the Hermit. So pile number 2, your message is pretty clear here. Like I told you, I can straight away see that you are going through a very tough time. You kind of feel stuck at the moment. Things have changed for you. It's with the cat's eye stone here, and of course with the Bardo, things have darkened. You even have the 5 of Cups and the High Priestess in the dark. Things have definitely changed, and this is why you have the Bardo, because the Bardo is the transitional phase. It's the in-between. And with this archetype, it's when the veils between this life and the next, when they're thin, you know, energy stirs up strongly. And this allows for remarkable healing and vision. So this is a time, pile number 2, when this happens to us, we either prolong this time or we pass through this time quickly by taking the message that we need to learn from this phase. So what I'm seeing here, pile number 2, pile number 2, is that it's a time where life is suspended. It allows us, it's suspended long enough for us to get higher wisdom, to open up for higher wisdom. It's a space for us to maybe say what needs to be said, to learn to accept what happened, understand why it happened, and start healing and planning for our next steps. It's time to let go of all the things that cause us pain, to forgive, to learn the truth, to see what we need to see. Definitely a time for us to pause to see something important, pile number 2. And this is why you have the cat's eye here. It's the night vision. It allows us to see during our dark times, to see through our shadows, to see through the shadow of life, pile number 2, and understand, learn the lesson. See, this is why you have the High Priestess. It's a time for you to gain wisdom. And the sooner you gain wisdom, the sooner you start a new beginning in your life. It's like a new version of you is born, pile number 2, and you get to experience life moving away from the shadows into the light once more. Pile number 2, understand that it's a very vital time of change for you, just like the 8 of Wands suggests. The sooner you see what you need to see, gain clarity, gain wisdom, have vision, things start moving very quickly. Pile number 2. And so what I'm seeing specifically for you in terms of this change that you're going through are a couple of things. I see the 8 of Swords, I see the 6 of Swords, of course the 10 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. I see all of them, and I have a message here for you for all of these cards and how they are lining up together. So your wisdom pertains to understanding how to have healthier relationships, how to set boundaries for yourself. It is teaching you to let go of the old, of what you may have been attached to and look towards the future, pile number 2, because you might be spending so much time crying over spilt milk, crying over what you've lost, and I totally understand and feel for you, and I'm so sorry. But it's time for you, pile number 1, to rise above what you've lost, rise above your concerns, and see your relationship through a cosmic and timeless lens, and understand why you may have gone through these losses and why you might have lost certain things, what they're teaching you and how they're helping you evolve. And that the main lesson here as well, pile number 2, is that you're not stuck. And the more you consistently hold on to your fears and feel like you're stuck, you're going to prolong this period for you, when in fact you can slowly come out of it by accepting what has been and slowly thinking on your own. It's like the hermit here. Take your time on your own to learn the lesson and to plan with the Queen of Swords. Do you see how the Queen of Swords here has her emotions for the time being on the side? Because now it's time to think. Think through universal love, pile number 2. The more you think you're stuck, you're alone, and you're not loved, you may stay in this energy. So you might feel suspended there. And there needs to be a shift in perspective. Understand that there is a new beginning waiting there for you to happen. It's not the end. And that this new beginning begins by acceptance of what happens and looking forward to the future. Now that everything has happened the way it has, what can you do about it? How can you make slow movements forward, pile number 2? Because the more you do that, the more you're increasing velocity in terms of your energetic field towards the things that you want. Energy will clear out for you as soon as you decide to see in the dark. Have night vision, pile number 2. Disassociate yourself with hallucinations that come from fears. Heal and take yourself out of feeling tormented, feeling sad, feeling the anguish and the pain. And to heal that, you need to accept what happened, acknowledge the learnings, and start making conscious decisions on what do I do next. Because, pile number 2, as you can see here, if you have this night vision, the Bardo that we're talking about, learning from the Bardo and the potential that it's giving you, you will start moving forward towards your happiness, which is the opposite energy of the dark energy here. With the 10 of Pentacles, I see you creating for yourself everything from anew. Creating financial success, healthier, beautiful relationships. It's like the light comes out with the 10 of Pentacles here. You see the sun coming out for you. I see happiness for you. And that comes by taking small steps every day to accept, because acceptance and planning help us heal. It helps us gain the wisdom. It gives us the space to start gaining the wisdom of what happened, why it happened to us, to understand that we are loved. Sometimes we go through huge challenges. They help us evolve. And now, are we going to stay in this energy, or are we going to create our own happiness? And little by little start thinking, how can we untangle what we are going through? And that happens just like, you know, how you have a necklace that is all tied up and you want to wear it. What do? You got to have the patience to little by little pull the thread from here. And in the beginning, it looks like this necklace is not going to be untied. So pulling out a string and understanding that it's tied to another point here, realizing that if you take it from the other side, it might loosen up another part of the necklace, and you start doing that homework little by little, untying the necklace, having patience, you know, pushing it back and forth to untie it little by little, looking at it again, pushing another thread, seeing that this one ties it up too much, but this one unties the whole thing. And sometimes you find the root cause, and by untying that one little thing in the middle, it all starts untangling. And before you know it, you've spent 10 minutes, 15 sometimes, to untangle a necklace that looked impossible to untangle, but now it's back to life. You're able to wear it. It's gotten some love. You've gained so much wisdom untying this necklace, and now you're able to use it again. Pile number 2. And that's the sort of untangling that you need to start from. Once you've untangled your necklace, you can start cleaning it up. It starts shining again, and everyone starts complimenting you. Wow, what a nice necklace. Had they seen it yesterday, they would have been shocked. And so the one thing you need to do, pile number 2, is to start accepting, learn the wisdom, and plan to move forward. And by doing that, you change your life completely, pile number 2. And that's the one thing that your spirit guides wanted you to hear today. Pile number 2, my heart is with you. I love you. And all the best of luck in your transition. And if you've enjoyed this reading, pile number 2, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen the Apocolypsis, and it's a very, very interesting card to receive in a reading like that, about the one thing that you need to change to make a difference in your life. So this is a coherent reading. I'm going to keep respectfully the message of this card, but what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 tarot cards, one main one and one as a clarifier. And before that, I'm going to pick out, oh, this wants to come out already, fine. Okay, and before that, we are going to pick out a crystal for you, pile number 3, to get the energy of this reading. Oh, the cinnabar. Interesting. Ooh, interesting combination here. All right, we'll talk about it in a second. Cinnabar keeps popping up a lot on this channel. It's interesting. Your energies are very powerful indeed. All right, so since this fell, let's see what this message is. Wow. You are going to be shocked here. When you hear the 3 together, you'll know that your message is definitely not just one of synchronicity, but it's united to tell you one thing in specific. All right, so let's see here. Super cool. I love your message. Oh, so empowering. I love it. Right, so what is the one thing that pile number 3 needs to change to make a huge difference in their life? You have to. Okay. Right. So pile number 3, you have the 10 of Thunder, which is the 10 of Swords. You have the 10 of Wands. Wow. Okay, strong message there with the 10s. And you have the Root of Thunder, which is the Knight of Swords. Interesting. Centering your reading here. Right, let's pick out your clarification cards and find out what one thing does pile number 3 need to change to make a huge difference in their life, please? So, pile number 3, you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands, the World, the Nine of Swords, and last but not least, you have the Five of Swords. Right. The one thing you need to change, pile number 3, is finding your true, authentic self. It's so clear in your reading. Let's break it down one by one and see it all together with each other. So first of all, you have the Apocolypsis, which is all about removing the veil of deception. And so now I see here that sometimes you're not very clear with yourself on who you are exactly. And this reading is inviting you to look at the dark things that you are afraid to look at within yourself. Pile number 3. You need to lift the veil. And when you do, you need to be prepared for what you see, not be afraid of the nakedness of the truth, because only there a child is born. Pile number 3. Not being afraid from the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of revealed truth sometimes. Pile number 3. And there's this dark place within all of us that sometimes we're afraid to go to. We're not ready to tell ourselves where our shortcomings are, or tell ourselves what we may not have been doing right towards ourselves or towards others maybe. But it is only within this dark place, pile number 3, when we're totally honest with ourselves and lift the veil kindly but honestly, that the unknown becomes known and guides the way. You see here with the 10 of Thunder, a girl here has hit rock bottom, and only in this place where she's hit rock bottom did she find the light and the wisdom, and she's using the same lessons that got her there to get out of her situation. And so what I'm seeing here for you, pile number 3, is an honest talk with yourself to find out where you need to change, to reveal that truth, pile number 3, because only there will you be able to take yourself out of it and change who you are. Pile number 3. You have with the Root of Thunder here, which we're going to talk about in length, the completion card, the World. You will find your true authentic self, become the complete version of yourself, or move towards that. Be happy with yourself and change your whole world, just as the reading suggests, only by having the courage to see beyond what you see at the moment. Pile number 3. It will take your hopelessness away and will reveal the truth to you, so that you can take that and make the best out of it. Why be afraid? When you have the cinnabar here and the magician, you are fully capable of changing exactly what you need to change to become the person who you envision to be, pile number 3. So why live pretending to be it when you can be it without the triggers that come every time to show you that you need to be it instead of thinking you are it. Pile number 3. This reading is very deep. There's so much I have to tell you, and we're going to take as long as I finish here because it's a very beautiful message. Pile number 3. So you have the cinnabar. The cinnabar is a very strong manifestation stone, showing me here, along with the magician, that you're fully capable of changing your life completely simply by revealing the truth, having a good look at it, having faith in the process, holding on to your center, because that is the only way to get up. Because at the moment, pile number 3, I see with the root of thunder that you need to be connecting with your truth, with your energy output. Because here, sometimes I see you can be too confident or too outspoken to hide some things that need to be healed. And once you heal it, you find real confidence in that area. You work towards the things that are worrying you and scaring you, or maybe sometimes make you feel insecure, or sometimes make you feel bad. Acknowledge it, work towards it. You see someone with the 8 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles planting a new beginning for themselves, where they move away from the burns they feel, the triggers that they get, towards their real authentic selves, towards the light, towards who they're supposed to be. Pile number 3. And so there's an invitation here to work just towards that, being courageous to quietly and honestly tell yourself what you need to see, because from there you'll take action to move away from it. You see a lot of anxiousness and a lot of fears, a lot of stress and sadness. A lot of it stems from sometimes deceiving ourselves. And when we don't tell ourselves the truth entirely, things are blurred. We don't see it clearly. And only when we can see clearly is when we can analyze things right and find our way. And this is why you have the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is all about saying the truth. Again, same message. Being bold to say the truth, because she knows with the Queen of Swords here that when you say the truth, especially to yourself, you are the most important person that you need to say the truth to. And only then you have the Magician energy. You're capable of manifesting your reality. There is no doubt about that. You have that power. Pile number 3, and you're being invited now to use it. Because believe me, with your energy here, you think you're gonna be lost by telling yourself the truth, but this is not true. Remember, from the nakedness of the truth a child is born. And this is what the albatross in the root of thunder, or the Knight of Swords here, is showing us. The albatross has the capability of flying days without any land. It's not always flopping its wings. It's not triggered, because when the currents of winds come, it takes a rest. It goes through it smoothly because it knows the truth. It's patient and it knows the truth. It knows that it's going to go through it. With the air as the mental element, it thinks through it instead of flaps and worries about it, or being overconfident or overspoken or over triggered. Take the time to think. Pile number 3, through the turbulent times. What am I not seeing? What am I not telling myself? What is the truth in this storm, so that I can go through it easily and grow into the person that I am supposed to be. And there is a promise here that you will change into that person by lifting the veils or removing the veil. Pile number 3. I love your message. Because truth gives you confidence. It doesn't take it away from you. Because when you tell yourself first what you need to change, then you're not triggered when life throws it at you or when someone tells it to you. You already know, you're working towards it, and you know you're going to move past that at some point. It doesn't scare you anymore. You told the truth to yourself. You already know your powers, you already know what you need to change, and through that comes completion. You seeing yourself in the best light. You seeing yourself the way that you believe yourself to be. Pile number 3. It's not a coincidence, pile number 3, that you have the Cinnabar and the Magician here. This is telling you that you are definitely capable of changing your world and becoming exactly who you envision yourself to be and want to become. And so, you see, the power to create is at your fingertips. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. It's right at your fingertips. Pile number 3. You can do it. And it's only happens when you're honest with yourself, because that is feedback to go to exactly where you want to be. You'll find the information that you want, and you will reach that phase and become that. Pile number 3. Sometimes you need to drop the small wins for the bigger wins. Sometimes you need to drop winning silly arguments or having a short-term gain so that you can become the person that you want to be, because that is more important. Pile number 3. Other times it's by simply acknowledging that you need to change something, that it gives you the consciousness to change it every day, and you suddenly realize that it wasn't as bad or as hard to do it at all, and then you start becoming proud of who you are. Sometimes it's by knowing the truth and then watching how others are doing it, are great examples. People who you believe are doing it beautifully. Watch these people, watch experts, and we become that person. That is the strongest way to become who we want to be and change our lives. And by this simple change, pile number 3, you plant a new beginning for yourself, for who you are. A simple seed creates a big tree that stands the test of time for thousands and thousands of years. Sometimes even for thousands of years, of course. Pile number 3, like the bobo tree in the Saharan Africa. So pile number 3, that was your beautiful, blessed reading. I hope you've enjoyed it the way I have. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. So you've chosen the bridge. And I straight away see here that there's a missing link, that once you create that link between two worlds in your life, something big will change and will have a huge effect on you. Now we'll find out through your reading exactly what this link is in a moment. To do that, we are going to be picking out a crystal to see the energy for your reading, and we'll be using 2 tarot cards to understand what this is all about. So, what is the one thing that pile number 4 needs to change to make a huge difference in their lives? So you have the tiger's eye. Interesting. Okay. right? It's a very powerful stone here, the tiger eye. Let's now pick out your main tarot card. Let's take this out for now and gain more clarity on what is the one thing that pile number 4 needs to do in order to make a huge change in their lives. Whoa, 4? Okay, I'm gonna take them. I really feel them here. So pile number 4, and these are 4, isn't this stability? I think what you're gonna be making here will give you great stability. Let's see. Emperor energy here with the 4s and the tiger's eye, also as well with the bridge. We'll find out in a second. Ooh, judgment, changing skin. Okay. The 8 of thunder, which is the 8 of swords. Right, you have the Seed of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. And centering your reading. You have the 9 of Stones, which is the wish fulfillment card. Let's see. This is looking like a very interesting reading so far. Loving the depth of this reading. All right, now let's pick out your clarification cards. Pile number 4. And gain more clarity on what is the one thing that pile number 4 needs to change to make a huge difference in their lives, please. This one. Okay, I also feel this one and this one. I don't know if we're gonna need more after all of that. Let's see, we'll keep it here. So pile number 4, you have the 3 of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Cups. You have, the 7 of Wands. The 4 of Swords. You have Strength. Five of Wands, trying to reach something. Okay. I think we won't need this because we already have 3 cards here. You have the 7 of Swords, and it looks like you have 2 extra cards. And I'm gonna be keeping these cards. I'm gonna be keeping them aside here. All right, let's push these up. And yeah, let's keep them here. And we'll use them as your last advice at the end of your reading. They came out for a reason. So what I'm seeing here for you, pile number 4, is that you need to bridge between 2 worlds, what you want in the now and what you want to achieve in the future, especially that the tiger's eye is a metamorphic stone that of course undergoes transformation. Of course, the red color is mainly by the iron oxide, which always gives a red color. And so the tiger's eye promotes resilience in the face of adversity. And so here it's clearly showing me that you need to move from the dreaming phase, the wishing phase, where your heart is opening up to so much dreams, to the action phase. Because, you know, with the rainbow here, this reminds me of Bifrost, which is the Norse mythology of the burning rainbow bridge. To make things really quickly, it reaches beyond the earth and the heavens, or the gods. And it's that place where it's a transport for the gods, but it's the transport for the men who have proven to be warriors in their lifetimes, and they are now being transported in the afterlives with the gods, with Odin and other gods. And so you have the potential here with the snake to fulfill a big dream of yours, pile number 3, by going through a metamorphic stage. Again, the changing skin. And that is changing the way you do your everyday things. With the 4 of Swords in conjunction to Strength here, I see there needs to be a change of being in your comfort zone perhaps, or being comfortable doing little things, to actually reaching out towards what's scaring you a little bit. Your heart is calling for it with the Page of Cups, but you feel stuck. It's like watching a beautiful view from an imprisoned chamber, pile number 3. How long are you going to be inside, looking outside towards your dream, feeling like you wish you can be there, when you have absolutely everything that it takes with the strength here to achieve it? Pile number 3. Again, the 7 of Wands. You have a very clear vision of something excuse me, amazing, that you can build little by little here with the 6 of Cups. Again, the 3 of Pentacles, working towards something, reaching your dreams, pile number 4, by not fooling yourself, doing tasks that aren't really taking you there. You know, this idea of fooling yourself, of being busy but not really busy, or giving yourself excuses to why you can't do it, and realizing that this needs to be done with love and not with resistance, pile number 3. In order to build this bridge, one has to not imagine themselves pushing through a wall, but riding a rainbow, gliding through it, having your heart open and being loyal to your dream, pile number 4. And so the one thing that you need to change that will make a huge difference in your life, pile number 3, is, as you can see here, you need to start taking action, working on that dream. And sometimes working on that dream, just as the 6 of Cups suggests, doesn't mean getting full throttle into it and feeling overwhelmed, but taking bits and pieces to go towards it. Do you see how here, imagine with the food cup here, the dog food here, this is reminding me of a good productivity concept of when you're being really overwhelmed by a huge task or a big dream. Instead of feeling overwhelmed and feeling like it's so hard to achieve because it's intimidating to look at, divide this big huge task into tiny minuscule tasks, and crossing it off your list one tiny task at a time until you realize that you have achieved this big intimidating task. It's done. You're changing your life. You're moving towards what you know. So what do you need to do, pile number 4? Do you need to first research? Do you need information on how to reach that dream? That's your first step. That is a task. Do you need to have a clear vision on how you can achieve it? Or do you already know what it is, but you need to have internal power, you know, this Aradia power, claim your internal strength, your internal power, because you have it, and start taking yourself out of the stuck mode and instead working towards what you want to achieve, one task at a time every day, pile number 4. And if you want a little help on how to be productive, how to reach your dreams, how to make it happen, all while enjoying it, pile number 4, I have written a productivity book. You'll find the link down below in the description box or my email. Send me an email or go to the link. It will describe everything that you need about the book, and if you want to purchase it, I'm sure it's really going to be helping you out a lot in your journey. It's small, you won't procrastinate on reading it, and it really gets straight to the point of giving you the key advice on how to be productive and efficient, all while enjoying it. Pile number 4. So there is an invitation here for you to go through this metamorphic process. There's no question about that, pile number 4. Promising success, promising that you're going to make it. It's all outside your comfort zone, pile number 4. Why not live your dream? Why not live it, pile number 4? See your magic. See the magic that you want to achieve. Enter this gate, pile number 4. So now that we have had a clear look on that one thing that you need to change, and it's like taking a step towards it. Simply taking a step, cutting it into little pieces and doing it. Let's take a look at the advice that was there for you. So you have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Instead of going back and forth, should I do it today or should I do it tomorrow? Do I do it or do I not do it? I see you here need to lean towards action taking, of looking at your vision, looking at this whole world that you want to create for yourself, because it's going to bring you ultimate happiness, pile number 1. Unbelievable, the synchronicities in your reading, this reaching your gap. Do you even see, oh my god, pile number 4, how from 2 different decks you have someone who's happy, satisfied emotionally, satisfied with their dream, living their dream, with their hands up high, celebrating what they've created. I see a lot of happiness for you, and a lot of wish fulfillment, achieving your exact dream. And this is what your card is talking about, moving from your state now to actually living, embodying your dream, being in it, pile number 4. And it looks like you're going to be a real hero in the eyes, in your own eyes, pile number 4. Because just like Bifrost here, where in the Bifrost, the warriors who have been proven to be heroes, they are the ones who are traveling with the gods now. So it looks like you're going to take yourself in a very high place that you are going to love and enjoy by summoning up your strength, pile number 4. It's really as easy as that. You can go through this transformational power. And you see here, judgment is all about rising from a certain situation, rising from it, pile number 4. You can do it, my beautiful pile number 4s. You can do it. You can achieve your dream. You are going to do it, and you'll see. So pile number 4, that was your reading. All the best of luck, my dear pile number 4s. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.